Unbelievable. So it's going to be Spain moving on to. Are we surprised? I know you and I both picked Sweden to advance out of this game. You picked Spain. You picked Spain.
Yep. Vamos España.
Vamos España. So, what did you make of their performance? Like I said, I mean, this was scoreless for 81 minutes, but Spain, I think, were the better team in this game. They probably deserved some more goals. So this seems like a fair result, perhaps, Michael.
Jenny Chu and I were talking before the game, and the dominance of Spain, their possession-oriented style. This was a big decision from the manager, Putellas, to start her. Her fitness has been questioned, and out of all the players, you could still see her influence. Her fitness level was a bit of a detraction as the match went on, but it was a dominant performance for about 60 minutes for Spain, and even maybe, say, 70 minutes. Sweden came back into it in the second half. I think they were sitting in a low block, sometimes mid-block, and when they stepped up their press, that's when they became more effective in the match. They looked to play on the counter. Spain, what I liked about them was that they made some gutsy choices and gutsy decisions. I think Paraguelo playing at center forward, it's the first time I've seen her play in this World Cup as a center forward. She's been playing as a winger on either side throughout this tournament, and it paid dividends in the end.
I feel like Spain needed to be a little bit more direct when they needed to take those risks. And by Paraguelo scoring on her weaker foot, she had an opportunity where she could have shot it with her right a couple moments before, and it got blocked, and it felt like Sweden was going to keep that wall up. And from the moment that Spain sensed an opening, Paraguelo on her weaker foot gets the goal. But Sweden were very physically imposing throughout the entire game. They just, that's what they are. They're a physically imposing team that when they got the ball, they tried going direct. Their possessions weren't long, but Spain didn't lose their cool in those 60 minutes of the match that you were mentioning. It. They would hold the ball, work it around, and sometimes it was pretty risky. You felt that Sweden was going to pounce at the right moment. And look, they kept their cool. I really like Spain's patience. And when Jorge Vilda needed to risk, he recognized those moments, when to change things up, when to take out Alexia Putellas. And they kept Sweden at bay for most of the game, except for those final moments where you were like, oh no, like what, right when you have to see
what
the
a
game
response, though. A minute later, after Sweden equalizes.
Unbelievable.
When you're playing against a team that's sitting in a low block, how many times do we see teams kind of force the issue, and then get hit on the counter? That is playing into Sweden's hand. What I like about Carmona, she's been doing it throughout this tournament, shooting from distance. If a team is going to sit off inside the 18 or at the top of the 18, they're giving you space to shoot. And Carmona, you do not need to give her an excuse to shoot. She will shoot from wherever, and it was a great goal.
Well, who's not going to be in a low block off a corner kick? It's a set piece, so naturally you're going to have everyone back. What I loved about her is that she played without fear. She typically a left back, you're not going to take risks. She felt confident she could play in tight spaces. She always found a way to make sure that she could find that solution, whether it was someone checking into the midfield, whether she beat her player and then played it into someone's feet. Putellas, she looked off. She looked off the pace. She lost the ball a bunch of times. And I think that's just a manager saying, I'm going to give you the minutes to try and get going. And towards the end, she started to look sharp, and then she was substituted.
I'd like to also throw flowers Aitana's way, Aitana Bonmatí, that she's a difference maker in the midfield for Spain. The way she's able to keep the ball, play balls over the top, find the outlet passes, she's so good. And Mariona Caldente was also very active today. She was a constant threat of keeping Bjorg as quiet as possible on the right-hand side of Sweden's attack, the left-hand side of Spain's. And I like Spain. They're not going to blow you out of the water at this point. I didn't expect them to blow out opposition out of the water. It's a World Cup semifinal, but they didn't lose their cool against the Netherlands when they could have, when the chances weren't falling, because there was a lot of possession and not a lot of decisive moments in those initial minutes where you thought, oh, they should have got a goal, oh, they should have got a goal, and they didn't. And here also, maybe they weren't getting clear-cut opportunities like they were in the game before, but again, not losing your cool, keeping your composure, and finding the right moment, decisive when it matters at the very end of the game.
But I will say, Sweden's game plan was perfect, because you allow Spain to have possession. Just don't get caught out of position. And I think from that standpoint, Sweden was on point. And Rolfa had her chances.
Yep.
She had her chances to put Sweden atop in the first half and the second half. And in the first half, it's this ball from Bjorn over the top, back post. It's a difficult ball, but you would expect her to make better contact and for that shot to actually go to the far post. And here, kind of read down to the byline, and she misses the header. That right there, 2 chances, golden chances, and you wait for those opportunities in the match. Sweden had them. They just weren't able to capitalize.
And credit to Catacol, the goalkeeper for
Yeah.
Spain, who has become the starter at the World Cup. Didn't have experience with the national team up until now. And being in goal for a big European team at the World Cup, it might look daunting, and she stepped up to the plate. We just saw one of the saves, but down the stretch when Sweden was attacking, she came up big.
Go ahead.
I think, Nico, what I like about this Spain team and the reason why, and apart from our telepathy and choosing Spain over these two over here, but choosing Spain to get to this final is that there's a growing sense of belief about this team. The Barcelona core that has really dominated Europe and really become a presence and a force to be reckoned with, that is translating to the Spanish national team. And you see this so often in international tournaments where you grow in belief with performances like this.
I also want to point out, too, that it was just about a year ago that the 15 players basically revolted against this team and wanted Jorge Vilda out. And now he has taken them to their first semifinal, their first finals appearance. It's interesting because this is a team that had a bit of a tumultuous year, but to be in this position now where they will be playing in a World Cup final, it's a pretty remarkable journey.
Now that I think about that first friendly after Las 15, the 15 decided to sign that petition against Jorge Vilda, and he goes with kind of a B squad into that friendly. I'm pretty sure it was against Sweden, and they ended up beating Sweden. And it's usually not a theme that we've seen in this World Cup. It's usually the team against the federation, right? Not the players against the manager. So it's a different type of situation going into this World Cup. And despite that, only 3 of the players, I believe, have come back. And look how far they've
Look
come.
how far they have
Mati was
come.
probably is the biggest one that came back.
Playing in a World Cup final. We will find out who they play after tomorrow morning when Australia and England face off at 6 a.m.